Well, welcome to the very first airing of Turner's Take on Sport with myself, Turner Enderley, along with my dad, Dave Enderley, and we will be talking about the Bulls' future, the Bears' offseason and what moves they should make, and then what's wrong with Indiana basketball. But first, we will be making our picks on the NFL playoffs.
So you got big matchups this weekend. We're finally down to the NFC and the AFC divisional games. You have New England playing a home game against Pittsburgh, and then Green Bay, that very hot Aaron Rodgers, who just seems to keep pulling games out against the Atlanta Falcons. What's your take on that, Turner?
Well, take on the Falcons game. I mean, I don't think that Aaron Rodgers can keep doing what he's been doing for any more games. I think he has to lose one of these, and I think it'll be this game against the Falcons. I think it probably will be a close game. The deciding factor might be who has the ball last. I think the final score might be something like pretty high scoring, like 35 to 31 or something like that.
That's pretty close to what the spread is on the over-under. So when you're moving up to the AFC, what's your take on the Pittsburgh New England game?
I think that the Patriots might. I just don't think they can win every game this year, and I don't think that I think they have to lose one of these games, and I think that the fans will be more into it for Pittsburgh than they would be for New England.
Even though it's at New England.
Still, I mean, I just think like that would be a lot more it would be louder for the Steelers almost, because Patriots, like, it's almost like they're about to make the Super Bowl, but it's happened like every year.
Right.
I think that the Steelers win something like 24-21.
So another close game. So you've got Steelers and Falcons, which happens to be my picks as well. And he's not copying off me because I think that I agree with you on both takes. So you would have the Steelers playing the Falcons, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl. Who's your Super Bowl winner?
The Atlanta Falcons.
Wow, offense wins out. The next thing we want to kind of talk about is what's going on with the Bulls' future. Does anybody know what the Bulls' future is, or what should the Bulls be doing at this point in time?
What they should be doing is they should be just getting rid of everybody and building around Jimmy Butler. I mean, they're talking about getting Chris Bosh, but I mean, all they want to do is get the oldest players in the NBA and then try and make them be as good as they once were. I mean, they should just build around Butler and stop getting all these older players.
Yes, I think the Bulls, if they had this team back 5-7 years ago, they would be awesome. But these guys have definitely seen better days. And my puzzling question is Rondo. I don't understand. Like, they're not playing him, then they play him. I don't understand what the point is of Rondo.
I mean, if I was Fred Hoiberg, I would not start him ever. I don't think he deserves to be a starter.
Who would you be starting then?
I mean, I think if I had to choose my starters, it would be Robin Lopez, Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, and they have a problem at point guard because they don't really have one besides Rondo, but he's not doing anything.
Valentine?
I mean, they might have to start Valentine at yeah, he might be a possible start for point guard, and then power forward they might have to start Doug McDermott.
So, switching gears, but kind of another dismal Chicago sports team right now, not like our world champion Chicago Cubs, is the Bears. And, they have so many needs as they go into the offseason. I think the two big questions is, what do they do with the first round and the third pick in the first round? And then what do they do at quarterback position? Do they stay with Cutler? Do they go a different direction? Is it time to go? What's your take on that?
I think that for the draft, I think the smartest move will be to get defensive players and get offensive linemen and just try. I think the best move would be to get Jahlil Peppers in the draft. I mean, I don't think this year's draft class is very good for quarterbacks, so I think you should just wait until next year to get a quarterback. But the other move, I think you should get rid of Cutler, and then you should either you should have Hoyer as your starter if you could find anybody else great for them, and you might be able to start them and have Hoyer as your backup. But I think at least for one more year, they might not be very good, but Hoyer would be an okay starter. I mean, he was a past starter. I think that next year's QB class will be a lot better than this year's. I mean, one more year of bad, but then they might have actual quarterback.
Would you still
receiver.
draft a quarterback at some point in
No.
the draft? Not at all. Even in a later round?
I wouldn't necessarily, because you wouldn't be able to, if you genuinely wouldn't be able to get somebody from a better draft class next year.
Okay.
Because it would just make more sense to just get one next year and maybe have another losing season.
Yeah, I think a lot of mock drafts have the Bears taking the defensive lineman out of Alabama. Are you pretty high on him? You mentioned Peppers.
I think Peppers would be better than Jonathan Allen, but if Peppers was already taken, they should take Jonathan Allen.
Yeah. And, near and dear to our hearts, again, I kind of got a theme here, but, Indiana basketball started out the season so great, had some big wins, Kansas, and then fell apart, it seems like. So lost some close games. What do you think is wrong with Indiana basketball at this point in the
Tom
season?
Green. They shoot way too many threes. And, when they pass the ball around, they could act like that game against Penn State. They were actually passing the ball around, and they were actually, they were playing good defense. That's what they need to do to win it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. The offense does look a little stale, but there's no doubt that Tom Crean is a good recruiter because the talent that's been on Indiana's campus has been pretty substantial. But what has he done with it? So, yeah, I'm kind of joining you in the time for Tom Crean to part ways. But on behalf of myself and Turner, for our inaugural episode of Turner's Take on Sports, I want to thank you guys for watching and look forward to bringing you guys more. If you have feedback, please send it our way. Thanks. Have a great day.